and with it being focused around Clark, a man that was stuck in the past who looked back on memories through a foggy lens and was unhappy in life. We saw him stumbling across an alternative dimension where the everywhere that had ever been existed in all of its forms. It was a graveyard of memories and places that time had simply erased. With Mary, his therapist, also finding herself winding up there, she was somebody that managed to survive, but actually managed to get over her own demons whilst inside of there. This was a mind-bending movie that took us through multiple doorways and exposed us to parts of human nature that exist in all of us. So after clearing my mind, I wanted to take a look at the deeper meaning of Backrooms, the symbolism of it all, and have a go at answering what it truly means. Here is Backrooms Ending Explained. Just to let you know, this video will contain spoilers. The Backrooms Explained. When it comes to what the Backrooms actually are, I think they actually represented a few different things, but the way it was served to us allowed for the space for it to be able to be interpreted in multiple different ways. The first way that I interpreted the Backrooms was as the human mind. Throughout the movie, there was a heavy focus on the book that Mary had written called The Window Within, and there was a heavy focus on neurological pathways that we subconsciously adopt that make things easier for us in day-to-day life. It gets us stuck in loops and creates behaviors that keep people drifting in cycles, ultimately making them repeat the same problem over and over again. As we saw with Clark, his problem was that he never took accountability and always blamed other people for the state of his own life. For example, the problem that he had with him being thrown out of his house with his ex-wife leaving him, something that he could never get over. And also, there was the reason as to why he was stuck selling furniture and didn't have a career as a successful architect despite being qualified. He blamed the world and never himself. What the Backrooms exposed him to was a dimension and a mindset where he almost didn't know what he was going to get behind every corridor turn and every door that was there. The liminal space aesthetic that it had, where there were doors on ceilings, floors, and inclines to small exits, showed that his mind was being put in a completely different position whilst he was there, and he was almost entering different parts of his own mind and feeling things that he never felt before. This was the opposite to what we were told earlier on in the movie about the regular mind, with it just going around in circles and just being on autopilot throughout life. This is also why I feel like Clark was somebody that actually thrived whilst in that space too, because it opened up different parts of his mind whilst he was exploring there, and as he was unhappy in the real world, it